got another one for you. First off, how you guys doing?
Hey, somebody.
What up, though, somebody? Welcome back. We got another topic. This topic is, of course, is very important, just like all the rest of the topics. But this topic is something different, you know? It separates you from the selfish mind trait. Mind trait. Mindset, excuse me. So the topic is, when does me turn into we? And I ain't speaking French. No, I'm saying, when does me?
No, oui.
No, you know, oui, no bonjour,
Oui.
no jacques vous,
I don't know.
no omelette du fromage.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
I don't know, I just heard it and it sounds sweet, so.
No, oui.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
But seriously, yes, when does me turn into we? The first thing we want to start off with is pretty much like doing things together. Like, do you do the same things that you was doing, you know, when you were single? The reason why I say that, because, like, okay, for example, some people in the mindset, you know, they just automatically like that. Like, when they date, they, you know, want to get to know the person a little more. They don't like be clingy, but they like want to get to know them more. So, but at the same time, it's like that's how they are. They like, okay, well, you know what? I do have this plan, but I want to get to know you more.
Dating is just dating. You're still single, but once you say, okay, we're committed. We're gonna commit to one another in a relationship. That's honestly when it changes.
Yeah, that's when
from
everything
me to we,
changes.
or
Yeah.
it should. That's the process of me to we.
Yeah, that's when everything changes, whatever. But if your mindset is still up on that, you know, the whole single life,
So that's why we're discussing this. When should me turn into we?
yeah.
So me should turn into we
It's when you
once
guys,
you commit.
yeah, you fully
And
committed.
you say that we're
okay,
gonna be in a relationship together.
We are boyfriend and girlfriend. And,
Because
you know.
dating is one thing. Dating, you're still single. I mean,
Right.
when you're in a relationship, you're still single till you're married. But dating is when you're dating multiple people. And from where my experience or what I think should work, you dating multiple people, and then once you weed out and you choose your person, or you guys come together and say we're going to be in a relationship, that's when the me should start shifting to we.
Right.
Because you're not single anymore. You're not. Is people want to call it exploring? I don't know. That's not the case.
It's when you pretty much is when you committed to that one, and that's when it should change, because again, like you committed to that one person. You want to know more about that person. You want to know, you know, what they likes, their dislikes, how they are around their family, how, you know, they want to know you more, they want to know your interests, they want to know, like, the little things, like the little small little things, and then the big things. This is commit. This is like, okay, you know, the dating is over with, me and you together, boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, let's, you know what I'm saying, let me change this me into we or whatever.
How can we bring us together? How can we blend this together?
And
so that's when
and then also too, this brings up a good point. And honestly, to me, my answer to that, because I feel like we really haven't pretty much shot out the answer, but my answer to that is your heart posture. Is where your heart is at. Is your heart is like, hey, I'm invested in this person. I want to get to know this person. I want to grow with this person. I want to build with this person. I want to be with this person. That's when everything changed.
That's what I said.
And
once you not dating no more, but once y'all commit to the relationship, that's what I was saying. You just saying it differently.
I'm just saying it differently. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because Go ahead.
I would, but yeah, because like a lot of people like to put a time stamp on it. They like to give like 90-day probation or 60-day probation period or whatever, and it's like, what?
As far as what though?
Like, as in, we together.
Oh, so once people are together, you saying
Yeah,
they
because
like to have they start putting in ultimatums in 90.
Yeah, and you heard
That's
this.
true.
And
You're
here's
right.
the thing,
You're right. I
you
see
heard,
what you're saying.
And here's the thing, you heard this before because you even said it to me a long time ago. You sat up here and said, "Oh, you really don't know nobody." You know what I'm saying? Within like 3 months of being with them, and I'm like,
no, I said you know them. You at 3 months, I feel like they've shown who they are.
yeah.
Now
you said
that's when
3
you're
months
together,
they shown
not
who they
dating.
are. But it's different. It's differently though. People disguise themselves in mystery.
But you'll be able to tell.
But you be able to tell the time that you spend it. That's why I say don't put a time step on it. The time that you spend it with that person, you should be able to tell. Like you have to be detail oriented, and I hate to say it that way, as you being like a little smaller investigator, but this is who you have to protect yourself, and then also you are protecting that person too.
So I was
gonna
say I'm gonna do a timestamp. You just don't know it. It's gonna be a timestamp.
So again, like it's. I would say the timestamp thing, it is a toss up, but I wouldn't go by what other people say, because it's different strokes for different folks, and it's based off of, again, the heart posture and the spirit feeling of, oh, okay, I'm really feeling this person. All right.
See, but okay, so it's not an issue with what you're saying, or here's my issue with the topic, because if we're saying when does me turn into we, in my mind I'm already serious about dating. I'm serious about wanting to be in a relationship. I'm serious about wanting to be married. So some of the things you're saying is like, it sounds like a person may or may not be serious, and that's throwing me off. Because if you serious and for us, for example, I think that's probably why it's throwing me off too. We were serious and we knew what we were doing, like what the goal was. So when you sound like timestamps and things like that, that's what I'm saying.
That's why
I'm gonna have a timestamp. You may not know the timestamp.
Yeah, okay, but that's why I'm saying it is based off the person heart posture, and it's based off how the person was raised. Like, if a person is just like, okay, pretty much like they've been doing this, you know what I'm saying, even when, you know what I'm saying, when they was like just starting off dating, and like, okay, I'm done dating, I choose you, I want to be with you, whatever, and everything they do is, hey, I understand, you know what I'm saying, off the bat, off the jump, it's not me, it's we. What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? What's going on?
Why I say
and then here's the thing too.
This
is a side note, and I want to bring this up because, like, I had to tell you that.
You had to tell me what?
When we got together, and you was like getting frustrated with like bills and things like that. I said, babe, listen, it's not you, it's we. We are a team. Mm-hmm. I was like, so we got to come together.
Yeah. So let's talk
as a team.
This is a good point. Mm-hmm.
And we're going to figure this out.
So that's a good point.
Because you was putting everything all up in,
right.
And I'm just looking at you like.
So it's a good for this topic.
know.
That was in the beginning, and it was weeks in, right? When you was like, okay, listen, this is not all on you. It's not about you. This is about us. And I had a mindset so hard because I was single. That's what.
Actually, it was
good. I had this mindset because I was single and I was a single parent, and I know I'm used to doing for myself and all of that. Also, I had never lived with a guy and all of that. So, yeah, it was a challenge to come out of it. But when you told me this was some weeks in. It wasn't like it was a year later.
Yeah, it was some weeks in, because the simple fact of when I first moved in, my mindset was already like, okay, it's Team Us.
Mm-hmm. That was my thoughts. But
You didn't know it.
but because you have to come out
And
of what you're
then-
used to. That is why.
And then reason why I waited till weeks later is because I was, well, I don't know how long it was, but
it was some weeks.
you-
I don't even think it was weeks. It probably was a few.
pretty much you was going through the motions of certain things, and I didn't know how to respond to it or say anything to it. I just knew how to, like,
I was going through. I'm gonna tell you what I was going through. Go ahead.
I just knew how to, you know, comfort. I didn't know the words to say because of, number one, I've been through that. And it was tough for me to get out of it. And I didn't know, and I didn't remember what I have done or what was said to me to get out of it. So when I finally, when a certain situation happened, I don't remember. And I was just like, all right, man, this is going to have to stop because this is not good.
So what I was going through was what I just said. I had never lived with a guy before. And as quick as I knew in my heart, like, okay, yeah, this is the next step, or this is what needs to be done. At the same time, it was quick. So it was, your mind is not going to change overnight. Your actions or what you're doing, what you're used to, is not going to change overnight. So we're talking about weeks in, which is, I feel like it's still the beginning, or it was early on. It wasn't like it was years later, even though there were still things months later, maybe even a year later, that I still hadn't let go, or, you know, it was a complete, like, realization of, like, this is us. But that was still, that conversation was had early on. And then when you told me that, it kind of made me snap out of it. Like, you know what? You're right. But I was going through, like I said, never living with a guy before. I was used to doing all this on my own, trying to figure it out on my own. Even when I was in relationships, I still felt like that before you. It was still me figuring it out on my own, because I had, obviously, a wall up, or I just had this mindset of, if a person chooses to leave, or if they decide they want to go, I still got to figure this out. So that was my mindset. That's what I was going through. It was insecurities there too, I would say, because I had a son. So it's like, I hear what you're saying, and I'm gonna see your actions more so than what you're saying. But yeah, I had insecurity because I had insecurities, or that insecurity of having a son, because I always knew, like I told you before, in my mind, I didn't tell you that, if a guy cannot accept my son or love my son like his own, like, I knew it wasn't gonna work. So that's what I was going through, if I'm being honest, that all of that was playing a part. And then once we moved in, it's like, we done moved in, like, what are you doing? Like, it was a lot going on, like, why, what are you doing? Why? Because remember when I told you, you don't have to be buying us all this stuff. What did I say?
I ain't even gonna talk about it. That was crazy. I looked at you like,
you don't have to be
like, what is wrong with this
buying
woman?
all this
Like,
stuff for us. Like, we don't.
You said something. I just looked at you
It was
like,
something
man,
like that,
like,
like, why do you
don't
keep buying
worry
all this
about it. I got you. And you was like, no, but I don't want you to feel like, and I'm looking
Yeah.
at you like, and I'm walking, and I'm putting the groceries up and everything, and you still talking. I'm just like,
The other thing I had was where I had this mindset of anything I ever did, I felt like they felt like I owed them something. So that's where that came from.
excuse the noise in the background, folks.
They know. We live a life.
But
But that was that. That's interesting how this just shifted. So, but it's good because we're on topic of what this is right on topic of what we're saying.
So pretty much is what I said, the heart posture, right? Because
the
my
heart
heart,
posture.
because my heart was like, yo, it ain't me no more. So it's because, like, I stopped doing, like, a lot of things. Like, I know I used to normally go to the basketball court with my homeboy. We used to have, like, little basketball tournaments and stuff like that. Now it was like when I went, hey, me and Jake about to go to the basketball court, or me and Jake about to go up here. You want to go? You coming? Would you like to go? No, I'm good. I'll just stay. I never was an outside person. I just said, all right, well, I got little man, so we out. Like that. But it was like minimal. It was down to the minimum because it was pretty much like we both was focused on, excuse me, it's my selfish talk, but we both was focused on building together.
How
so
this is coming
how is
together,
this
how
coming
this is about to-
together? And how is
Yeah.
this going to work? And where and what are our plans from here? You know,
So a lot of my moments, like what we were saying, I was stuck. That was me being stuck at a point, like, I'm really doing this. Like, we're really doing this. I think is what those reactions were, those actions and things like that. So when does me turn into we? So when does me turn into we? As far as the things when we come into a relationship. So as far as paying bills, and we could briefly talk about that. As far as our financials, as far as building a home together, like bringing in what you are used to and what I'm used to, and mending it. Expectations. What we. So that should be. I feel like that should be. Once you say you're a couple, that should start to be the conversation. Not necessarily that y'all moving together, because some people may wait until they're married to move together. I don't know. So once you decide that you're a couple, those things should be coming instantly, almost like you said. Where it's like, okay, this is what you're used to, this is what I do, or this is what I like, this is what I expect. How can we let's bring this together? Like,
well, what about the ones
common
that's okay? Well, I stay over here on this side of town or whatever. You stay over here on this side of town. You know, you still able to do that and build together,
right?
But y'all just pretty much separate houses.
Y'all not living. Yes, that's why I said some people may choose not to live together until they're engaged.
Right, until they're engaged or until they're married. Some people just, you know, go off of, you know, the feeling.
Some people instantly.
Yeah, some people instantly just do it, and I mean,
we're in a relationship.
Honestly,
let's move in.
That's okay too. I'm not saying because that's what we did. I'm just saying it's okay too. And whatever how, and whatever how the situation happened, the main thing that keep you guys together and keep you guys understanding each other is pretty much just keeping that open communication. Because, you know, here's what I say about that. We can't sit up here, or we can or whatever, but I'm not going to sit up here and say, okay, you know, I don't want you to move in yet because I'm not used to you. When, let's just face it, in this day and age, you got people over here sleeping with each other or whatever. So of course they stand 1, 2, 3, 4 nights. So you know everything. So you didn't smell this person farts, burps, breaths, all that junk. You didn't hear everything. So it's like, okay, so
that don't mean
I get that, but I'm saying like look. I get that, but I'm saying it as in like the habits. You know how this person is, and you okay with it. Like, okay, he did it at my apartment, or okay, she did this at my apartment. I'm okay with it. And you know, it's been like 3-4 months in or whatever, and y'all been spending this quality time with each other, and y'all dang near know each other like the back of your hands. It's like, okay, you know, why not? I mean, I feel like if you're not saying it as like what the world want to do it, I'm just saying it as like the right way to do it, God's way of doing it. And you know, you guys do move in. Oh, you got people that be like, oh, they only been together for like 4 months and they already moved in, and it's like, okay, so and.
But that don't have nothing to do with what we discussed. I wouldn't care about what other people are saying.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying that's what people. I'm just speaking like, okay, that's what people say. People talk. People gonna talk, whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're not listening to that. But I'm just saying this is what the world people are saying. The worldly people are saying.
So it comes down to just simply conversation and deciding for the two of you, because
right, and making sure that it's going to work.
Yeah, because to move in right after you decide y'all dating, I don't think I
wouldn't say
with
instantly. Yeah, not right after that. I'm saying like a couple of months. Like y'all, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think I agree with that either. I knew with you, that was the difference. Like I knew, I had a knowing, because I told you I've never lived with a guy. Did you live with? Okay, see? So you lived with girlfriends. I never did that because I knew. I remember one time I tried to move with a boyfriend, and it didn't work out, and I was like, it's not meant. Like, we don't need to do this, and I just left it at that. So it's the same thing, I guess is what I'm saying. I had a knowing for you, even though when I had a knowing and we moved on it, then I was like, wait a minute, like, what am I doing? Because I had never done that. So that was still, again, my resistance to it in those ways that we talked about before. But yeah, just moving right in. You would know. Y'all gonna know because y'all talked. We talked. We knew. It's different when, I feel like it's different when you're just, because they call that a domestic partnership, right? When you just move in with the person that you're with. Like, y'all in a relationship, but I know that's one of the words for it, domestic partnership. So that, though, to me, or when I think of that word, I think of people that immediately when you're in a relationship with somebody, you move in with them. Because a lot of people are like that. They want to see, and they do it maybe because they want to see right off rip, or they just think that's the way it's supposed to be. They're assuming that there's going to be marriage, whatever the case of why they instantly move in. I don't I don't think that's a good idea. But again, my life, or looking at my dating history, my record, I never lived with a person. I just think that's a lot going on instantly. But at the same time, that's when you just out dating. See, that goes back to our topic of dating and settlement. That's what I'm saying about the domestic partnership. As soon as you get in a relationship, or as soon as you date, then you're in a relationship, all of a sudden now you living with them like so quick. That's different from knowing. And like you said, using your heart, using my principle, or the point of dating is for me to be married. Like sitting firm in that versus just doing stuff. But we kind of getting off topic.
No, I mean, it's still.
But I know a lot of people date like that. Like, they literally be like, I'm dating somebody, we about to move in, now we in a relationship. After they move in, or it'd be the other way. I'm dating somebody, we in a relationship now we moving in. And we'll see what happens from here. So
like you said, pretty much, it's just, you just got to keep an open line of communication to make sure that you guys are on the right page.
Where this is going.
Where this is going. And I mean, it's good to take it slow.
For sure.
For sure. It's good to take it slow. And I wouldn't go super duper fast. I'll tell you that.
I say it's good to take it, because I take it's good to take it slow. It's good to know what you're going into this doing. Like, what is the outcome? It's good to be planted in that. Because if not, if you take it slow, all these things gonna be happening, you still there. All these things gonna be happening, you still, and you like, it's been 7 years. It's been 5 years. Talking about take it slow. So we need to do a topic on some other stuff I see from this video, because the taking it slow versus going too fast, because it's still going to be the same of what we're saying. Make sure the conversation is had. You as an individual know what you're going into this doing. They should know. I pray they do. So all while this is happening, I have a knowing of what's going on. Like, so I know what to do, where we moving to.
Slow.
Me should turn into we. When you get to the point of you guys deciding that y'all in a relationship, that is when it starts. It should be an instant switch. You want to make it be an instant switch, because why not? We don't want to go into something where it's like, no, me, and then y'all just keep bumping. Me. No compromise, no, I don't want to say settlement, but settlement, no compromise, no understanding. Like, it's just friction, and you start feeling like, oh, this was a mistake, and it's not that. It's just that you need to talk, come to the table, understanding, talk about these things, and be serious about the conversation, so that we can have a serious point of view, a serious understanding, a knowing of what we're doing, a knowing of moving forward or not, a knowing of what's happening. I feel like that's what's happening with a lot of relationships, or I call them situationships. Stuff is just happening, and you just letting it happen, and y'all just going. Time is just passing.
Right, and then then you get those moments where you like, what happened to the, what was you?
Yeah, stuff just happening. That's not okay.
Why wasn't I told? Why you ain't? You don't want that. It's like, surprise.
Okay.
You don't want that.
So we pray this video helped y'all. We gonna come up with some more topics. If y'all can think of some, put them in the comments from this video, because I done thought of like 3 things that can be talked about from this video. We pray this video brought some clarity. It encourages you as an individual to know what you're doing going into a relationship, know what you're doing going into dating, being firm in it, standing firm in it, planted in what you know and what you know it should be, or what is the principle, the purpose of, which is marriage, and go from there.
Yes, go from there.
I pray you guys have an open mind more so now that you understand that once you get the realization of actually coming into a relationship is togetherness now. It's not oneness anymore. So not completely dismantling, but being open. You got to be open to, okay, may have to shift some things. We got to mend some things. We got to figure out what's what, because it's not going to be a you, me. If you think it's going to be you, me, the Dukes is up. It's going to be like, me, you, me, I. No, it's we. French.
Bonjour.
Or not French.
Shabaloo.
But thank you guys for watching, and we pray you guys have a great day. We will see y'all in the next one.
Put God above, and your life will fit comfortable like a glove.
Bye, somebody.